Hello, right there. Welcome, welcome, welcome to hashtag trending, the program that keeps you abreast with everything that's trending that people are talking about, that has gotten tongues wagging on the internet, with viral videos, with so many retweets, reposts, and comment. Okay, it's a Throwback Thursday edition. Actually, my name is Alfonso Joseph, and I am so happy that you're doing hashtag with me this Throwback Thursday afternoon on Spectrum Television. How has your day been going? Yeah, since from the dawn of today till this hour that we are doing this together. Okay, the week is actually running so fast. Like, when did I even say happy new month of February to you? And before you know it, we are here. It is Thursday. Wow. Okay, I hear some people say how time flies. Now I am seeing that time is really flying. Well, let's do what we do better on this particular program. We've got so many stories, viral videos that people are chipping in their 2 cents, reacting over, reacting towards, taking sides and all of that. But right now, we're going to place it on the table and dissect. While I'm talking about it, okay, as it touches you, you also lend your voice to this, okay? Quoting from what's happening in families across to how Nigeria is, your 2 cents, your reaction could also bring a positive change as it has to do with us Nigerians. Okay, let me start with something that's happening in the entertainment industry. If you have watched Jennifer's Diary, okay, that other English something by Funke Akindele, all right, if you watch Jennifer's Diary, you will really know this particular lady called Juliana Olayode. She's popularly known as Toyosi in Jennifer's Diary. Yeah, Toyosi or Toyo Baby. Okay, now Juliana Olayode, popularly known as Toyosi, has said that she stands her ground on no kissing scenes in Nollywood. She said she's not going to kiss for whatsoever reason. She has not kissed in Nollywood. So some people think they fake the kiss, or maybe it's artificial intelligence, or it is, computer stuff. No. Most of the kissing scenes in Nollywood is actually very real. So if you are an actor, you have to be very flexible to key into different roles to really show that you're an actor and you know what you're doing as a professional, right? So you don't have to be rigid. You should be flexible. But she has raised her standard to say anything that has to do with kissing scenes and appearing in a way that doesn't sit well with her and contradicts her belief in God, she is not going to do it. Well, she has come out to address the fact that people say she's too highly placed and she cannot work. She has some certain film producer she works with and she thinks she's the best. She says no, that is just her standard and her belief and her faith in God, that she's not going to act kissing roles. So people should drop that idea that she's, behaving too holy kind of. Let us watch Toyo Baby make this clarification.
There's so many rumors going around about me around in the industry. Some people say that I'm proud and that I don't like to work with other people. Some people I say, oh, that girl, she's so proud. She thinks herself so highly. She thinks she's the best Christian in the world. Far from it. I don't kiss in movies. I don't think that I'm closer to God than those people who do it or not. It is just my personal consecration. And I hear that there's a way that certain production managers put it to certain EPs and directors that turns them off. So this is me just clearing here. It is true that I will not kiss in a movie. It is true that I will not wear certain things in a movie. But enjoy, there are several other roles in your film. Call me for it. I know that certain directors have beef with me. I wish I can mention names. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to change. Like, I'm always going to be like this. See if you have a role for me that is outside of that, I'm happy to play it. I I don't even have to be the lead. I can be the receptionist. I can be the friend to the girl that is in love. There is absolutely no producer, no director that I cannot work with. So it's a lie. It's a lie that, oh, there are certain people that Juliana will work with and there are certain people she will never work with. All of that is false. So this is just me clearing the air. Auntie Biodu's TV, all the script that you have written, that I said Juliana mo script okay, everybody I want to work with. Auntie Mo, Captain Dexy, Auntie Jade, was she there? Ah.
It is very okay that people have raised a standard and tell you, this is what I want for me. It is very okay that while you're pursuing your career, while you're trying to embrace money and be out there in the world to showcase your talents, what you know how to do best, what you know how to do better, you do not lose yourself. You do not lose who you are. No matter where you find yourself, you still hold your standard very high and you still remain who you are, be yourself. So this is Juliana. Okay, I'm gonna call her what we popularly know her to be called, Toyosi or Toyo Baby. She is saying that she is standing her ground on no kissing scenes in Nollywood. So she doesn't care if she's acting the role of a receptionist or the role of a cleaner or the role of a maid and not that lead role. She does not care just because she has refused kissing scenes and appearing in some certain wears that, you know, that's going to raise a question mark on her belief. So she says she's fine with whatever role you want to give to her because she's not kissing. So nobody should push it and say she's trying to be holier than thou or she's this and all of that. It's just okay that you draw a line, define who you are, what you want for yourself, no matter what, even if everybody is doing it. This is just her and her standard. Do you think there's something wrong with this? So do you think as a professional actor that she is, whether it's a kissing role or a romantic role or any kind of role that she's given as a professional actor, she should just take it for acting's sake because it is not real, you know, like real reality. She's not doing it in reality. It's just for the stage, the drama. Okay, do you think it's too much for her to stake this kind of principle that she's not going to kiss in movies, or is it okay that she should be left there since she's saying she respects herself and her boundaries too should be respected? What do you think of this particular viral video that people are talking about? What is your own take? Let's take a few comments on social media. Naija Overthinker. Okay, your name really tells something. Everyone has the right to set personal boundaries. If that's her conviction, it should be respected. All right, that's Naija Overthinker. Press Star says, why go into acting if you don't want to be involved in kissing scenes? Okay, OG, it's good to have standards, but in your closet, make sure you're also living a righteous life. All right, that's coming from OG. J Ademola, as the last comment we'll be taking, says, that's very impressive for an actress in this day and time. I still wonder how married people cope with their partners, you know, kissing and being intimate on the screen with other people. All right, okay, when I was much younger, watching Nollywood, watching movies, okay, we would just watch and we would say, it's computer that did it. All right, when people are intimate and, you know, cuddling and stuff, we say it's computer. So as I grew older personally, I came to realize that it's not PowerPoint, okay? It's not graphics, it's not design. It is what they do. It's just, you know, for the camera, but it's happening, all right? It is happening. Some persons say as a professional actor, you really have to be able to key into different roles outside of the normal role that people know you to play. So she's saying, I'm not going to key into that romantic role that has to do with kissing. This is me defining who I am. So whatever works for her, she's still an actress. That's who we know her for. So if you're still finding your own self, how about you find yourself? Okay, that's her principle, that's her standard. So we leave it for her. We listen, we don't judge. Still in the entertainment industry, a whole lot is coming up and happening as it has to do with Nollywood. Okay, Angela Okorie, the fair, beautiful, gorgeous Angela Okorie, recently has been released from prison because she was arrested because she called Mercy Johnson Okuje, this beautiful lady on your screen, she called her a witch. All right, they had a feud some years ago, and it's just been on and on. You know that Angela Okorie is now into music. She's now singing songs. She's a rapper and all of that. She's not an artist, a music artist, not just an Hollywood actress anymore. So recently she was in a prison and now she's been released, and because she's been released from prison because of the feud she had with her colleague Mercy Johnson Okoje, she was arrested because Mercy Johnson said that she, Angela Okorie, defamed her character, being that Angela called Mercy Johnson a witch. There was a picture that Mercy Johnson posted and said, oh, that she's streaming down. You know, Mercy Johnson is quite chubby. She's streaming down and she's, oh, before she could even say Jack Johnson, Angela Okorie hopped in to say that because she hasn't seen, okay, it was a whole lot. I don't want to use those words, but she just said in a nutshell that Mercy Johnson is a witch. And because of this, Mercy Johnson came out to make a video to say that her kids have been bullied in school, that children's parents tell their children not to associate with Mercy Johnson's children because her mother, Mercy Johnson, is a witch. So they shouldn't touch their children. They should, they should isolate themselves and not communicate with Mercy Johnson's children. And Mercy Johnson says that this is telling so much on her. If it were to be her as an adult, she could handle it. But this happening to her children, that she's not going to keep quiet over it. So it happened. What happened, happened. And she was arrested, in prison, met the bail requirements, but she was still in prison. But when she got out, she said, I am now an adult, and I publicly apologize to Mercy Johnson. But guess what? People say no, because she has faced the hard life. That is why she has come out to give this apology, because she has learned her lesson the hard way. But come on, we are all humans, right? We make mistakes, and sometimes it's just best that we apologize, forgiveness, we move forward. Let us see the video of Angela Okorie apologizing to Mercy Johnson.
Buddy, this is your one and only legit queen. I just want to say a very big thank you to all my fans around the world. I mean, I don't know what I might have done for you guys to show me this massive love. I'm not a perfect being. Yes, I am not. So, this video is specifically for Mercy and her kids and her family. You know, when you are getting older, a lot of things will be leaving you. While we were growing in the industry, some people will come and tell me that Mercy said, some people will tell me that tell Mercy that Angela said, and there have been issues, quarrels, chaos, loggerheads, and at this age, I don't think this is what I want. The only thing I want right now is money, business. If you have business, call me. I'm no more listening to those cheap gossips. I just want to apologize to you. If it's just my words, if it's the words I have written, anytime your name pops out on social media, I am deeply sorry. You are not a witch. You are not what people are calling you. This is just to say I am sorry. We don't know where our kids will meet each other tomorrow. They might be best of friends. These kids have been traveling far and wide. They can meet anywhere in the world and they can be best of friends. And we, as mothers, we cannot stop them from being friends. I do not love the fact that they call Mercy's kids witches, bully them in school and all that. If they do it to my child, I won't take it. So this is to say I am sorry, deeply sorry for everything. I love everybody. Like the Bible will say, make peace with all.
right. The Bible would say, make peace with all men. Okay. We're always falling back to the Bible. Some of us want to do partially what the Bible says when it sits well with us. And the one that we will have to struggle to kill our inner desires so as to really serve God and abide by God's words, we don't seem to take that one. But you know what the Bible also says? That we have to do everything that the Word of God says. And when you do 90 and falter in 10, that means you're totally wrong. So we have to strive, endeavor, fight to do all. In her ending words, yes, we should strive to be at peace with all men. Some people are saying this kind of apology doesn't really sit well. I beg her, when she was all about Mercy Johnson's case, ranting, venting with, a very high volume. And now she is submitting with such a low tenor. Yeah. It happens sometimes in people's lives when you just sit back and you have a second, third, fourth thought about your actions, your reactions, your words. Okay, and you want to make amendment. Okay, there's just this positive change and mindset that you will have, and that's the mindset you use to address situations. Do you think this apology is genuine and real from her heart? Okay, if people err, do you think it is okay to forgive, or should the feud continue? What do you think of Angela Okorie's apology to Mercy Johnson? Should the love, brotherly love, continue? They become colleagues and friends and shake hands and move on with their lives, or they should still be at loggerheads? All right, what do you think? Okay, let us take comments on social media. Boss of Lagos, wow, what kind of watery, unapologetic, goalpost shifting apology is this one? Okay, apology not accepted. Wow. A proper apology is admitting what you did, be specific, apologizing for it, and promising not to do it again. Okay, this is coming from Boss of Lagos. This person really had Angela Okorie in mind though. Fane says, I like how Mercy Johnson is going about all this. You can't just lay false accusations and go to sleep. Be ready to defend it or apologize. Okay, a sweet one. Zozo Tiki. One funny thing about offending someone in public and apologizing later is that not everyone who saw the offense will see the apology. All right. You heard that Angela said that people were side talking, telling her some things in the industry that what Mercy Johnson, did. She didn't verify. It was out of a hearsay. Mercy did this, that, and all of that side talks in the industry. So she pounced on that. She went to prison for it, for saying something you cannot verify. Yes, she's an artist. She's an influencer. She's a celebrity. She went to prison. She lost money. Okay, so how about you verify some things in that your workspace? Okay, in the corner where you stay. How about when you hear something about somebody, you verify, whatever you say, be sure to back it up with facts at any point in time you're called upon. Okay, except you want to throw money around. All right, so be careful what you say to people, what you do to people. Just be sure you've got facts to back up whatever thing that you are saying. Okay, and not she said, they're not going to take that in the court of law. Be guided to something rather heartbreaking trend. Yeah, we are trying so hard to raise alarm, to cry, to call for help, to make the government know that this is happening in our area, in our locality, trying so much to call on the government for help. But by the day we hear bad things, bad stories, deaths, murders, banditry, terrorism, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, people still die daily. We wonder who these bandits are. They're human beings like us. We wonder where they live, where if they cannot be fetched, if they cannot be seen, if they cannot be caught. They come, they destroy, they kill, and they vanish. They don't vanish into thin air. Well, due to what happened in Yewada, some months ago in 2025, the U.S. missionary came to Nigeria, and they have been trying to rebuild Yewada because many of the inhabitants there are now in the IDP camps. Okay, this is what a missionary from the U.S., Alex Barber, has come to say. A U.S. citizen in Nigeria is seeing the things that some people, some highly placed people in Nigeria should see, say, and do something to make it better. But no, this is where we find ourselves. Let's watch Alex Barber and what he has to say in Yewada.
To what happened in Yewada. I knew when it happened. But because of the severity, how many people were killed, how many homes were burned, it was above what I could handle. I didn't have the funds to rebuild almost 100 homes and then also shops in all these different places. I didn't have the money. And there was a lot of media coverage. Immediately, people from all over are talking about Yewada. How many people were killed, what happened, all these things. And I said, you know what? Because people are hearing, the government will help. The UN, they're going to help. The other NGOs and organizations doing work in Nigeria, they will help. And so I said, you know what? I'll take a step back. This is too big for me. I want to, but I can't. But people will help. And 5 or 6 months later, I said, you know what? I felt an urge in my heart to look into what happened in Yewada. Have people help? Has the government stepped up? Have the organizations come here to help rebuild? I started talking to people on the ground. Nothing. No home. No initiative to rebuild. No initiative to get people to come back to their land. And I said, how can this be? This can't be right. And so I said, you know what? I will go. I don't know the extent of the damage. I don't know how much money it's going to cost. I don't know what I can do. But I said, I'm going to begin in faith. Even if it's one house that I build, I'm going to build it. It will begin. And so I came. And I find that people are neglected. People do not care. They don't truly want to have significant impact in these places. And I found people that were suffering. Thousands of people in IDPs. From Yewada specifically. And they have no food, no water. They poop in front of each other on the street. And meanwhile, their homes are burned. Their farms destroyed. Their land here looked like nobody had lived here in hundreds of years. And I said, how can this be? This was a few months ago. And why are people not crying out to help the Nigerians? The ones who are suffering and afflicted. They're not being killed because they're criminals. They're not being massacred because they've done things wrong. They're being massacred in innocence. Their blood is being poured out. Their throats are being cut. Their babies are being burned to charcoal. And their homes are completely destroyed. Their villages are gone. Desolate. How can someone else from another country come here and care more about your own people? And you're the one that's supposed to shepherd your flock. You know, we can't hold the government to be fully liable to take care of its people.
If that question that missionary Alex just asked doesn't pierce through your heart, I don't know what would. He's asking, how can somebody from another country care so much about the people that are being neglected, the people that are being killed, the people that are suffering so much in Nigeria? And there are Nigerians that have the capability, the resources to lift their own from the ground. But no, they have refused. How can somebody else from another country care to come and do this thing that some of us could do? All right? These are the things that we should be carrying on our heads. I don't know if I could say it's a thing of shame, but what can I say? Brotherly love. Yeah, it doesn't matter the race, the country, the color. It is love. These human beings that are being killed, whether they're Muslims, atheists, Judaists, traditionalists, okay, whatever faith they hold onto, they are human beings. The human beings. And human beings are the ones that are killing them, not spirits. So the question is, where are these bandits and terrorists hiding in Nigeria? that they cannot be found? Who are the people sponsoring them with weapons? What's giving them the boldness, the audacity, the guts to go burn down police stations and kill police officers and human beings just as if they're killing mosquitoes and nothing is being done? Oh, it's such a shame. It is such a shame. But what can we say? We're still alive. The ones that are alive will not keep quiet until something positive happens. Let us take comments on social media about this particular video. And says, Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy. Raise up your people and send forth your spirit. Protect your children. A big amen to that. Lavadadis, tell the same people fighting to stop the killing, to actually stop the sponsorship of the killing. Okay? Samson of Africa, America funds these guys through USAID. They are only interested in the oil there, not the lives there. I come from this place, my community. Oh, I bet you know better. Chief Sultan, there's more than what hits the eye. Someone somewhere is trying to cook something. If you zoom out, something is not right. Who really funds these Islamists? Why don't we go for the snake's head? If it was easy to get Maduro, it will be easy, okay, to get this terrorist. All right, that's coming from Chief Sultan. Well, if it's people that are sponsoring this terrorism and banditry in Nigeria, good for them. Yeah. One day everything will come to an end. Everything will come to the open. There's nothing hidden under the sun. Okay, we're just hoping the ones that are alive, let's not keep quiet. Continue to say it until something happens. We need a change in Nigeria, a positive change. And that change will begin with you, with your voice. Your voice matters. Be there for your brother. Be there for one another. Let us take the word that we have for today on this Throwback Thursday as we wrap up on hashtag trending. What is the word that we have for today? Adulation. Adulation is the word of the day. What does adulation means? Adulation refers to extreme or excessive admiration, flattery, or praise. Adulation. Okay, how is it used in a sentence? The triumphant players were greeted with shouts of adulation. Okay, excessive praise, flattery. Oh, how sweet. Well, this is all that I had packaged for you on hashtag trending this afternoon. Thank you so much for sticking around. My name is and will always be Ofonono Joseph. But if you call me Lady OJ, we're going to be friends forever. Okay, I'll see you around. Enjoy your day.